Hey, what's up, spooky fam? It is finally Babysitter Horror Movie Week. I wanted to add this in, Horror Movie Review Week I should say, but I wanted to add this kind of little genre in here because I don't think it's necessarily talked about as a whole, as a subgenre that much. And there's a lot of fears in being a babysitter or being a babysittee, if that's a word. But I'll get more into that. Today, we are going to kind of go over the whole week of what we're going to be talking about, some honorable mentions, and I do have a craft project. So if you enjoyed this video, please give this a thumbs up, subscribe for more. If you were excited for Body Horror Movie Review Week, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And let's get right into what we're talking about this week.
Hello.
Have you checked the children?
So starting off tomorrow, April 9th, we're talking about All Hallows Eve, and I kind of have some mixed feelings about this one, so we're gonna dive into that one tomorrow. But All Hallows Eve is about a babysitter finding a VHS tape, well, not necessarily the babysitter, but the babysitting. And it features various sinister murders performed by a psychotic clown, and this is where we get introduced to Art the Clown. On April 10th, we're going to be talking about a movie that surprised me and I loved. Ty West hits it out of the park every time. Very excited to see X. Hopefully by the time this video is up, because it's still March while I'm filming this, but hopefully by the time this video is up, Alex and I would have already seen the movie X. But we are talking about The House of the Devil, and this one definitely surprised me. In 1983, financially struggling college student Samantha takes a strange babysitting job that coincides with a full lunar eclipse. She slowly realizes that her clients harbor a terrifying secret, putting her life in mortal danger. And this is all about the Satanic Panic era. Oh my goodness, this one was a shock and I loved every minute of it. On April 11th, we'll be talking about the movie Emily, and this one I actually shut off a couple of years ago because I had a hard time with it, so we're gonna get back into this one. A young boy tries to protect his two siblings when their new babysitter starts to reveal her psychotic nature, and honestly, I don't know, something about this movie just made me feel really uneasy, so I figured it would be perfect to revisit at this time. And then on April 12th, we're gonna throw it back a little bit to The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. After her humiliated husband kills himself, a bitter pregnant woman, a widow now, loses her child. She embarks on a mission of vengeance against the woman and her family. And all I know about that one is there is a suicide, and then a woman is tormenting her dead husband's mistress, and that's probably all that I know about that movie. So I'm going in, I would say, rather blind. And then on the 13th, we are going to finish the week off with two movies that I love. Alex is probably not looking forward to watching them, but I'm very excited. This is my, I would say fifth time maybe even watching both of these movies. The Babysitter 1 and 2. He's already mad. If you guys haven't seen these movies, I think they're so fun, but for that movie or for that review, I always like to go a little harder on the last review. We're gonna do something completely different than we have done all week, so stay tuned for that one. When Cole stays up past his bedtime, he discovers that his hot babysitter belongs to a satanic cult that will stop at nothing to keep him quiet. And in part 2, Killer Queen, 2 years after defeating the satanic cult led by his babysitter, Cole has to once again outsmart the forces of evil when old enemies unexpectedly return. And this was my introduction to Jenna Ortega. I'm very excited to talk more about these movies. I loved them. I thought they were so fun. Everything except for Bella Thorne was fun. And I have a soft spot for Samara Weaving, which we started off the whole movie review week series this year with a Samara Weaving movie, Ready or Not, and here we are again talking about two more. So why are babysitter horror movies so effective? I don't know about you, but in my life I have babysat so much. I have babysat so many different kids from so many different families and so many different circumstances. I have been in scary situations with those children, and if you want me to make a story time about the time that the house I was babysitting in almost got broken into, just so many spooky things. There was one haunted house that I babysat in, so if you guys want me to make story times about that, please go ahead and let me know. But we've all, like I said, either been the babysitter or the babysittee. I know it's probably not a word, but in either circumstance, at first you are going, usually, unless it's family, you're going to meet a child and a family that you really don't know to begin with. Like I said, unless they're family or someone close. Babysitting kind of feels like a stranger babysitting a stranger at first. And people are unpredictable, and situations could arise while you are doing your job babysitting that you're not always prepared for, like we see in these movies. But either way, being babysat by a stranger or babysitting a stranger can often be scary. So let's wrap up with some honorable mentions. I have 4 for you today. I'm going to start off with Better Watch Out, which I've already reviewed on this channel, but it is a Christmas horror movie. And then the movie The Babysitter with Alicia Silverstone, not to be confused with The Babysitter or The Babysitter or The Babysitter. And then I obviously like to highlight When a Stranger Calls, the old one and the new one, and Halloween, the original. So to wrap this all up here is this month's art project. This is my little painting kind of having to do with babysitters. We have the phone, obviously. We have, Have You Checked the Children? They get the phone call in that movie. Babysitter movies are often slashers or have to do with satanic panic, as we saw with The House of the Devil. And then obviously we have You Checked the Children? So that is the little art project that I did this month for, I really don't know what I'm gonna do for psychological horror movie month in May, but we'll work on that. If you guys ever want to help out with ideas for these movie review weeks, you can check out my Instagram, because I'm always asking and inquiring about things, suggestions, movies, things that you want to see on this channel. So go ahead and check me out there, link down below. Leave me some suggestions of what I could paint or what kind of art project that I could do for next month for psychological, I believe. Let me check actually, I don't know where I put my calendar at. Thank you. I made myself a little chart here. So we are dealing with May, psychological horror, June, giallo, July, horror comedy, August, disturbing horror, which I'm very excited about, September, revenge, October, slashers, November, foreign horror, and December, Christmas horror. So stay tuned for all of that, and I will see you in the next video. Sayonara, suckers. Spooky fam. I forgot where I was for a minute.